friends, welcome back to our channel. It is a very gloomy, dark, rainy Sunday here, and as you can tell, I am still not feeling great. Dave was very sweet this morning and went and got me a medicine ball from Starbucks. If you have not had one of those and you are feeling cruddy, highly recommend. It's like a citrus tea with honey and lemon. It helps so much. So I took some medicine, had that medicine ball, took a shower, feeling much better. I have some things that I want to get done today, but first I need to make lunch, and we are going to make a chicken pot pie today. This isn't like your chicken pot pie where you get your cream of whatever soup and your veg all. This is like a more of a rustic chicken pot pie. It's delicious. The original recipe came from my Love Welcome Serve cookbook that I showed you the other day by Amy Hannon. So this is more like an inspired recipe because I've made it so many times. I've tweaked it a little bit to how we like it. So come along as we make a chicken pot pie and do some other things on this gloomy Sunday. So I have a teaspoon of butter, a cup of heavy cream, and a cup of chicken stock warming back here in my little warming pot. And I am about to get started. Just got just a gentle warm going. I don't want to scorch that heavy cream. And then I have about 2 tablespoons of butter, maybe like a tablespoon and a half of butter. And I'm about to get my veggies going. So I need to find you guys somewhere to sit so that you can see. Hold on just a second. Let me see where I'm going to prop you. Okay, friends, I've got my butter. I'm going to let that melt down a little bit before I add my veggies. Also in the oven, I have a pie crust warming. This is just the refrigerated pie crust that you can get from the grocery store. If you want to make your own pie crust and be a hero, go for it. But today was not the day for me. So I'm just getting the bottom layer of that pie crust. I'm not going to cook it all the way through, but enough to where when I put the filling in, it's not going to be raw. So we're going to let this butter melt down just a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to add in my veggies. Now this is just a mixed vegetable blend from Bird's Eye. They're frozen, and it's got corn, green beans, and carrots. We're going to let those heat up and get sauteed. I am going to add a little bit of this jarred garlic. Just a spoon. It's about a half teaspoon. Vincent's found a whistle, so if you hear a whistle in the background, it's Vincent. We're just going to get this warmed all the way through. I don't want to burn my garlic. And I just realized that I'm out of flour, so I'm going to have to use some of this masa flour, which is just a corn flour. I hope it should work. It should be fine. We're really just trying to make a roux, so it'll help thicken the sauce. But it's gluten-free, so if you are gluten-free, you can use this masa flour. So I turned my heat down, but I'm gonna turn it just a little bit to get that going. Okay. Use this. We're not going to do too much. We're just going to shake enough on top to where we're just trying to thicken our sauce. We're going to pour our little cream mixture over it. Just move in. Garlic smells good. Now we're going to we'll turn the heat off of our cream mixture here. Let's give this one more stir to get well incorporated. And I love this little warming pot. It's from Crow and Cannon, or Cannon and Crow. I cannot remember which one. You'll never believe where I found that. Found it at Buc-ee's. I had been wanting one, and I had looked on their website, and I backed out, and I looked on their website, and I backed out, and then we were at Buc-ee's, and they had it, and I'm like, you know what, I'm getting it. So it comes in handy when doing stuff like this. All right. But you could do hot chocolate, you can do all things, all kind of little things, and it's just nice to have a little warming pot sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. And I had, we have 1 can of diced new potatoes we're gonna pour into this that I drained. And earlier this morning, I put 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts in the crock pot, and I just seasoned them up with our favorite poultry seasoning, and I just let it cook low and slow, and I shredded it up. Now you can cook your chicken however you want. If you like to boil your chicken and shred it, go for it. That's actually what the original recipe calls for, but I do not care for boiled chicken. So I just stuck it in the crock pot this morning, easy peasy, let it go for a little bit. Now, we have our nice filling going. That masa flour did work. It's thickening right up. Now, it's time to season because we just have those frozen vegetables in there and those new potatoes. Now, our chicken does have a little seasoning on it, so depending on how you guys like your seasoning, I like a lot of seasoning in my food. I don't like bland food, so we're going in with probably about 2 teaspoons of thyme. Remember, this is like a rustic, it's like a rustic pie. Speaking of, I need to get my pie crust out. Hold on just a second, guys. Okay, so I did pull that out of the oven, and it's not cooked all the way through, but it is, it's partially cooked, and I used Kroger brand pie crust, and it shrunk a little bit on me, but that's okay. All right, so we've got about 2 tablespoons of thyme. We're gonna add some salt. Let's do a good pinch of salt. Let's add just a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab some crushed black pepper. Okay. I think I'm actually going to add a little bit more of this cream mixture, not too much. We don't want it too soupy, but we also don't want it dry. Let's go ahead and add just a little bit more. We want it pretty creamy. Warming all the way through. Now this makes a lot. This makes a lot. It probably will be too much for my pie crust. Now you could freeze it if you wanted to. I may just make a little, I don't know what I'll do with my extra. I may freeze it, but it does make a lot. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's add some black pepper. We're gonna add some of this Trader Joe's garlic powder. Remember, this is potent, so we're not gonna add too much because we did add that garlic in. And I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm going in with a little bit more thyme. We love thyme in ours. And if you had fresh herbs, knock yourself out. Go ahead and add those in too. Okay, we're gonna let this mix in. Get this well acquainted with each other, married together. And we're almost ready to put this in the pie shell and put her in the oven. I'm gonna add the rest of this cream, guys. I don't want her to be dry. We'll add the rest of the cream, and then there we have one more ingredient that we're gonna add. Don't go anywhere, you little warmer. Okay, we'll let this kind of all get together. Let me go grab our last ingredient. Okay, we're gonna add in some Parmesan cheese. I know it sounds crazy, but it adds the best flavor to this. It just makes it so like earthy and hearty. It's very good. And if you hear, David is vacuuming upstairs, so if you hear something in the background, I apologize, guys, but we didn't get all of our house chores done yesterday because he had his Lego tournament that went really well. Got a lot of compliments. I'm going to add a little bit more pepper to this. It went well. He felt good about it, which is nice when you work so hard on something. He works hard at work. He's very good at what he does. Okay, we're going to let this kind of marry together, and I will show you what it looks like when I pour it in the pie pan. Okay, guys, so I have poured our mixture in the pie pan, and you can't see it, but there is that crust that we've already pre-cooked underneath. So it still has a little bit ways to go before it's fully cooked, but I have taken the other half of my pie crust and I just used a little snowflake just to be festive and cut a hole in the top of it, and I'm just going to place, I'm just going to place this on top of my pot pie. So let me see if I can see you guys here. Oh, good. That worked out well. Okay, friends, I am just going, I'm just placing my pie crust right on top, and you can get fancy and crimp your edges, but I kind of like it to look rustic, and I just push my pie crust down in there, and we've got our little snowflake on top, but you really can't see it now because it's kind of the same color as the inside. But let's get our little brush, and I have just a little bit of our heavy cream left over, and I'm just gonna brush this on top. You could use egg whites if you wanted to. This just gives it a nice flaky, buttery, glossy look to when it's all done. And when you're baking it, you do have to keep an eye on it because your crust, your edges will try to burn. And if that happens, you need to put some tin foil over it so the inside will cook. Now, everything is cooked. Everything in the filling is cooked. We're just trying to get this pie crust nice and golden brown. And I like to just go in from my pinch pot and just take the slightest, there's this little pinch of kosher salt, and just sprinkle it on top. All right, guys, that should be ready to go. I'm gonna pop this in the oven, and we will be ready to eat in about 30 minutes. Guys, I wanted to show you how much my little amaryllis has grown. Look, it's already all the way up here. We've got 2 stalks going up. We've got one. I don't know if this is going to get any bigger or not, the one that's in the middle, but I am so excited. It's doing so well. So I just want to give you a little update on that. Okay, sweet friends, we have pulled our pot pie out of the oven. It is looking good. It is more golden in person than it seems on camera. But it looks really nice. I'm trying to get it where you can see our little snowflake. Looks good, so we're just gonna let it cool, and we will plate it up because it's pretty hot right now, but yeah, looks good. Okay, friends, it has cooled down. I am just going in with a pie server. I'm just going. That crust is so flaky. And there we go. Delicious chicken pot pie. Now we'll have this again tomorrow night because there's no way Dave and I can eat all this, and we'll have it with a side salad. So that's lunch for today. Okay, friends, I'm about to go in and get my nails done, which I hate with a passion. Does anybody else hate getting their nails done? I do. I like the finished product, but I do not like sitting still. I don't like sitting and waiting. It just takes so long. I'm looking for my chapstick. But yeah, it's something that needs to be done. I've put it off long enough. So I'm gonna run in here and get this done. Ooh, that's bright. Okay, going with the red lip, I guess. So I will show you the finished product afterwards. I'm not gonna take you in there with me because that would be silly. But yeah, I'm dreading it. But I'm gonna go in here and get it done. So we'll see you. All right, that did not take very long at all. I ended up getting like a kind of a neutral, wintry pink color. It looks more pinky on camera, but it's more, has more of like a gray base to it. Now I have 2 eyebrows instead of 1. That's always good. So it is getting cold and very, very gray. So I'm gonna head home, see what the boys are up to, and get some socks on my feet because I'm freezing. Ma'am, what are you doing? What are you doing, ma'am? You just relaxing? Huh? All right, guys, I think we are going to end the vlog here. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with us today. I'm going to go upstairs, get stuff ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow is our first day of mine and Benson's first day of stop, Baylor, Christmas theme days at school. So I've got to make sure that we have everything ready for that. I've got to see what Dave's theme is tomorrow. I'm not sure, to make sure that he has what he needs. Y'all, she's crazy. I'm telling you, she's crazy. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and we will see you tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Baylor, say bye. Say bye. Benson, you say bye. Bye.